Hey, Periscopers. It's your girl, NitRahRah. How are ya? What's going on? See what we got going on here today. Hey, people. Celia. Hola. How are you? I'm going to be off camera, but I am seeing you guys on my laptop. So this is going to be the workspace. Correct? So we're going to do some work today. Hola, 1903. That well. Hola. Hey. It's your girl, NitRahRah, clothing designer. So we are listening to my morning wake up. That's why I am always so perky, folks. Feel free to say anything. I can see comments off camera on my laptop. Okay, so I can see you. I guess after we go through our little intro here, I'll put Periscope on here, and then you can see what I'm seeing. Today, okay, so here we go. Welcome. Happy February 2nd. So today we're going to work on a woman's button-down shirt. And you guys, if you know anyone who likes bespoke, sewing for themselves, being creative, and you think they would appreciate and enjoy the scope, go ahead and share it, because that would be awesome and I would appreciate it. The music in the background is how I get started in the morning, so that's some Caribbean carnival music. This is some of my work. This is actually the pattern that I'm going to be working from today is from this project, which was a whole bunch of steppers, high school steppers. This is Alicia Paul Moran. She played the lead in Porgy and Bess. I worked with her. This is Simone Lay, renowned artist, works with Creative Time. So, okay, how's everyone doing? Can I get some hearts? Can I know that you guys are out there? I am looking so we can start. Hello, hello, hello. It's your girl, NitRahRah. I am in studio today. We're going to be working on some items. So I just want to know if anyone's out there. Feel free to share with your friends who like sewing, the technical part of sewing, because sewing is not just cutting and sewing. There's a large technical part of it. So anyone who's interested, please go ahead and share. What you're seeing on the camera here on my little piece of tech here is just work that I've done before. I'm looking at you guys and I can see that it's a little hard to see. So maybe we can widen the shot and bring the camera up a little bit. Bear with me. There we go. Just waiting for some more folks to come on in the room. She gets a little pixelated when it gets opened up too much. But anywho, thank you guys that are here. Get this back to where it needs to be. Okay, let me tell me if this is good for you guys. You can see the wall. You can see the workspace. Okay, let me see who all's in here. Since no one's giving hearts and no one is saying anything. Abdullah is the only person that I see. I know that I have some live viewers, but no one's communicating. All right. So, skip this ad. Go on to my music. Why guys keep on stopping? I hope everyone's having a good morning. All right. So today on today's agenda, so we're working on a button-down shirt. I'm going to respond to some of my leads. We have some New York Fashion Week events happening. And I blog also, so I'm going to be doing a blog post. The week ahead, there's an art exhibit that I will be taking the Periscopians to. It happens every Tuesday. I took you there maybe a month and a half ago. So we'll do that. I have a meeting with the group on Wednesday. The topic of the month is Trinidadian Carnival, hence the music. Shout out to all my Trinis out there. And then topics for the show. Oh, so I do a radio show on WBAI. The platform name is Haitian All Stars, but we're Caribbean ambassadors. We're cultural ambassadors from the Caribbean. So we need some topics. And then fun themes, brainstorming. So for those who are following me now, you guys already know that I work at the restaurant, the Treehouse, BK Treehouse, and that we recently opened. We just started a theme Sunday brunch. It's a jazzy brunch. We've done it before, so now we need some more ideas for the week. So we're going to have a brainstorming session. Hi, Fatu. Fatu, that was a cool way of writing that. Or Farah, if you were trying to say 2 A's. But really ingenious. Okay. So, Caribbean music playing in the background. Welcome to all my Trinidadians and people who love the Caribbean, who are headed over to Trinidad. Gosh, I jealous. I jealous, uno. Okay, so the last time we left off, and since I'm not doing my shows regularly until I figure out my schedule, I was actually giving a shout out to all my new contacts. So, Gabe Newell, Porky Arcade. I called him Porky Arcade the whole time. He never said a word. He did say it once, but he was really nice about it. So I'm definitely saying I apologize for butchering your name during my Periscope. Black Queen Martinez, I adore you. Queen Adora, adore you. Whitney T, Miss Shea Butter, she's a hospice nurse. Owen, he's at Lincoln University. Go Owen. Atlanta 88, she's just a cutie. Castro, Roberto Castro from Peru. I want to visit Machu Picchu. He's awesome. He's going to be my host. Larry Ostroff at Kanpur. And this gentleman gets an honorable mention. You guys need to go over here and check this guy out. Mr. Coronel. He has a go-kart establishment, and it's freaking awesome. You really need to go see him. Honorable mention to him. Okay, so this is from January 26th. So we're done here. All right. So we're going to start to work. I see I've thoroughly bored everyone. I don't care. It's okay. Only the people who need to be here will be here. Others, you guys got to go find your kind of entertainment. Because my kind of entertainment is creating. So I am documenting my creative life. So hence. Alrighty. So this is a pattern that's already been calculated. Alright. I'm just gonna check my music. Oh, okay, cool. So we're listening to Marshall Montano, not Michael, Marshall Montano. Won numerous awards in Trinidad for his contribution to Caribbean music. So he's a master. Music starts to flow. Alrighty, folks. So today I'm going to be working on this button-down t-shirt. I'm going to be working from a pattern that I've already created. People who are interested in the technical aspect of how to make a garment should register for my classes. If you go to my website, there will be a page up that will allow you to register, and we can do online classes. The classes are very straightforward. They're a great price. And if you're interested in really making your own garments, if you're interested in getting into the sewn garment industry, I am a professional. I've been in the industry for over 17 years, and I think I can help you. But that's on you. All right, so here is a tunic. Now this young lady is just a slightly bit, we're the same size, but she's just a little bit smaller than me. Actually, really not. I'm looking at her measurements on the pattern, and we're actually the same size, but I don't know. I guess my body's more mature because there's just different stuff going on. So this actually was really close to her body. It was more body conscious, and I'm making a woman's shirt today. Of course, we want to stay with the feminine lines, but we don't want it to be too tight because it's a work shirt. So you want to be able to have movement in the shirt. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is pin my pattern that is still in dot paper. I'm going to pin it to my dot paper. You can pin, you can tape. You just want to have a secure connection between the item on top and the item connecting to the paper. Okay, so I had to take it apart for the simple fact that it wasn't straight. Accuracy in lines is imperative when designing. If you are not totally accurate in your calculations, your clothing is going to look like it's not accurate in the math. It's symmetrical because you have a left side, you have a right side, so you have to make sure that your symmetry is where it needs to be. So there's a lot of checking and rechecking. You know, a lot of checking and rechecking. Especially we're making these things made to order. And people's body measurements. So you want to be very sure about what you're doing. But this is not a guess. This is definitely not, okay, we're going to guess to try to figure this out. This is founded and based in mathematical science. So there is nothing weird, nothing hocus pocus about this. It's straightforward, it's math. If you're good at math, you'll be good at designing. And if you're creative, you'll be awesome at this. So it's all about thinking outside the box. Everything under the sun, every shape you can think of has already been created. So it's all about filtering the art through you. That's all it is. Let's filter the art through you. Now, let me see if this is on. Okay, so I'm going to push this back just a little bit. And then, so let me see if you can see it. Okay, so right here on my pattern, the young ladies had like this little keyhole in the tunic. It had, you know, it's the wide collar and then the little keyhole part so their heads could slip through, because a tunic really doesn't have buttons or anything. It's like a pullover. So since we're not going to be using this, this is the first adjustment that I'm going to be doing to my pattern. So I'm going to take this rounded part of my styling design ruler. Okay, and this ruler allows me to work with armholes and hip curves and straight lines, of course, and measurements. So now I'm going to find the angle in which the curve is going in and extend this out. So that means that from my shoulder to my clavicle to center chest, where you feel that little dip by your esophagus, this wants to go straight. So this is sort of tilting down. See the difference here? Let me see if you guys can see it. It's a little hard for you to see. So, okay, I'm going to adjust the camera so you guys can see a little bit. So let me see if I can pull it down a little bit. How's that looking? So this is our first official show, so if things are a little wonky, forgive us, we're working it out. Okay, so you can see it on the camera. I'm just trying to fix this right here. All right, so you can see these two lines. So this one was going further down, and just think about it as a collar. So that line going further down just means that I'm doing more of a V-neck. So scooping it up means more, she's gonna have more of a jewel neck. Okay, so I want to begin with a kind of a jewel neck because I am going to apply a collar stand to the shirt. So we don't want the collar going down into the clavicle or the center of the center front. We want it to go straight across. So it meets because there's actually a button right here, correct? Because if your mind can sort of figure it, and you can sort of see it in your mind's eye, this is actually standing up, so it's like 3D. So this is where the collar stand would be. So this is center front, and isn't there a button right here? Exactly. And then we do the collar. So I'm going to take you guys through all of that today. Okay, so now I am tracing around my pattern. But remember I said the young lady is a little bit smaller than me. Although we have the same mathematical measurements, I have a little more weight on me, and I'm shaped a little bit differently than her. So I have more flesh in my hips. So when I'm doing this to my body, I need to add a little more. I need to add a little more space as far as inches is concerned to my seam allowance, just because we're doing a shirt and we don't want it to be close to the body. Oh, so what's playing now is Bookman Experience. It's in Creole, my native language. It's a really cool song. So this is the music that I wake up to, you guys. So if you want to know when I'm out there periscoping and I'm all perky, why? Because I had a jam session before I left the space. Okay, so you want to know, what's this triangle she's putting on there? This triangle is a notch. This shows me how to line up any items that will come here. Okay, so since I'm going to be putting a collar stand here, I need to make sure that my notch is here. And once I do the pattern, this will not be extended out. It will actually go in, and I have a notcher. Hi, second viewer who came in. I didn't catch your name, but you can feel free to say something and I will acknowledge you. Hi, who's coming in? So it's your girl NitRahRah. I'll do a reset. I'm a New York-based clothing designer. I am listening to Caribbean music. This is the music that I wake up to in the morning. Okay, so the notcher, I'll show you real quick. And this is my paper scissor. We have two. We have a fabric scissor and a paper scissor. Paper dulls your scissors, so you will never, even if you made a mistake and used your fabric scissor on your paper, it would automatically dull your scissor, and you'd have to get it sharpened again. So it's best to just have a dedicated scissor for paper. And we were discussing the notch here. So instead of the notch going on the outside, the notch would go inside, and this is what it would look like. See that? So when a sewer came along, they would know that I wanted them to match this notch up with something else. Basically what I do is I'm a technical writer, so I will make the technical pattern, and then I would send it over to the factory and have a sewer work on it. So there's a cutter's must, so the cutters know what they must do. There's a sewer's must, so the sewer knows what they need to do, and I need to be able to communicate all of that information on this one document. Fun times. So that's what we're basically in business doing. We're acclimating young designers on how to work this. Of course, they learn some of it in school, but again, it's all practical. It's all technical, and they have never really done practical work. So they have to learn. And sometimes learning is expensive. So the smart cookies come to consultants such as myself, and we work them through it, and we walk them through it. Other people, they learn from trial and error. Their business. You know, your business. So now what am I doing?